everyone, my name is Julian Camarena.
And I'm Adrian Camarena. And today we have a very special guest, Christian Zaragoza. He is a host on the podcast American Wannabes and a very, very funny comedian.
Oh, you think so?
Yes, I do.
So where are you originally from?
I'm from San Bernardino,
California. You grew up?
IE, 909.
909.
Yeah, a lot of people don't like to admit that, but I'm from the IE. You guys know the IE?
Aye.
It's like the reject part of California outside of LA.
It's like the
No, everybody always talks shit. They call us 909ers.
909.
Yeah, that's the area code, 909. So people always like, oh, you're a 909er? And then it's over.
And they don't talk to you anymore.
Yeah. Like when I do comedy, when I first started doing comedy, they would say I'm from the Inland Empire and people would boo.
What?
Yeah, people from LA don't like it for some reason.
That's like...
So now I'm just Christian.
Well, we're brand new to LA, so we gotta get the. We don't know.
I love it though. San Bernardino, that's my hood.
And that's where you started doing comedy and stuff, is there?
Yes, I moved to LA maybe like 4 or 5 years ago with my wife. Not wife at the time. Things went well. So for her. So I started doing comedy out there. We were dating, and then she got a good job out here in Santa Monica. So we kind of did the move, and then I just started doing comedy out here, and I've been doing it ever since.
Now, did you always know you wanted to do comedy, or you kind of figured it, or you kind of just fell into it?
When I was younger, I didn't think it was possible.
Yeah.
I don't know, nobody like.
Were you
didn't think of it as like a profession?
Were you a funny kid or?
Yeah, I was more of a
Okay, you're-
smartass.
Oh.
I was like, get kicked out of class, funny, like say I'd always go too far. Like I'd like getting my friends in trouble and like, saying shit like, oh, he likes you, doing stuff like that, like telling girls
The girls
likes
and stuff like
them, and
that.
I was kind of a jerk. But I got a kick out of it, and some people would laugh, my friends would hate it. But I always thought I was like funny in that way. And then once I started getting older, I didn't like school. So I started figuring out thinking about what I could do. And then I met some new group of friends, and they thought I was hilarious. So I would always tell them I'm gonna do comedy. Like, they laugh like, oh, I should be a comedian. But I really didn't think I should, but everybody was always like, yeah, you should.
When did you decide, so I'm gonna go up on stage and I'm gonna go do a routine?
It took me like a year, and a lot of people don't like admitting this, but I started looking up like comedy classes. Because I didn't know anything about comedy just from watching it. So I had to get in some way.
And you didn't know any other comedians or anything?
No, I was from San Bernardino, not too many people do comedy. There's a little scene out there and it's cool, but I didn't know any of them and I didn't want to just show up and do that. So I was like, let me look up a class. So I audited a class, free. I audited a couple actually because they're free when you go the first day. And I really liked it. And I took like this little course. It was like maybe like 2 months long. And then you do like a little showcase at the end, and I loved it.
What was like the best thing that you got from the class?
The best thing that I got from the class was probably write. Like write as much as you can. Like write, and get up as much as you can to get that nervousness out, because it takes a while. I still got it. Like it takes years to get rid of that. Like when you're up on stage and you're scared, like fearless.
Do you get stage fright?
Hell yeah, every time. I mean, it's got to the point where I could control it, and I can like hide it very well. But yeah, I have friends that still like.
Is the most nerve-wracking time for you, is it like right before you're about to go up there, or is it once you're up there?
No. The most nerve-wracking time is right before you get the first laugh. And sometimes it could take 5 seconds, and sometimes you could be up there 15 minutes and not get it. So maybe I got past that point maybe like a year or two ago where like now it doesn't matter, but up until then, like if I didn't get that laugh, I would not get out of my shell. Like you're waiting for that laugh.
But
you
once
gotta get to the point where it doesn't matter.
then you get comfortable.
Yeah.
Okay,
Now I can
laugh.
get through it. Now I can do a set, and if they're not feeling me, I can win them over, or I can lose them and then get them back, which happens a lot. Like you might say a joke that you try out and you lose them. Before, if I lost them, I can never get them back.
So your very first set, how did it go?
My very first set went well because it was the comedy class thing. So you invite all your friends, and now I look back, I'm like, they were just laughing to be nice. I'm like, why would they laugh at this stupid joke?
So what kind of material did you do back then?
Kind of the same material I do now, because I do a lot of self-deprecation. Like I make fun of myself, make myself this small, and then I could talk shit about anybody. I start off by like, oh, I look like this guy, I look like Chicken Little, I look like a Minion, I look like a Verizon guy, and people are laughing at me, and they're like, oh, this poor guy, and then all of a sudden I just start talking shit about everyone. Even the people that are laughing, and they're like, oh, this guy, he's so cute, like he's cool, so they'll let me talk shit about him. So I just do that all the time.
Like a lot of your stuff, you're very good at storytelling. Like
Yeah.
from the one that I saw, we were talking about. I don't want to say your joke.
Go ahead, go
But
ahead.
but when you're like going to the market and then you're like, you have to go to the guy's house.
Oh yeah, I caught some
Yeah.
guy stealing. That's a true story, by the way. So
Wait, that was a true story.
all of my jokes are like, some of them are exaggerated. This one happened word for word. I was working at a grocery store and I was in the checkout line. This lady wrote a check. Fast story short, this lady wrote a check. Everybody started getting mad, and this cholo came through and like basically did a beer run. Looked me dead in the eyes during my beer run, and he ran out. I wrote down his license plate, and I gave it to the manager. And long story short, I had to go identify him at his house. So I thought I was gonna go. I thought I was gonna go to the police station. I was like, yeah, I'll go. I'm down. I'll go. And then we get there, and this guy's pulling up into like he only drives like 2 blocks, and they show up to this guy's house. Everybody's outside. They were having like some type of party, so he probably did a beer run. And they bring him out, and the guy could clearly see me. Like he's looking right at me, and the cop's like, "Is it him?" I was like, "Hell no, it's not him." He was like, "You identified him perfectly as the tattoos." I was like, "No, it's not him."
So the podcast that you guys have going on, you're hosting it with it's you, it's Jesus,
Sepulveda and Jerry Garcia.
yeah, Jerry Garcia, yeah.
Yeah, they're kind of like the crazy guys, and I'm kind of like the voice of reason. But we're all crazy, but I'm like the least crazy of them. Like I know not to say certain things.
Every comic is crazy. There's no.
Yeah, that's true.
I think every artist or whatever. is
You have to
kind
be
of
crazy to like,
be in this industry. You have to be a little bit insane. That's just how it is.
You got to be crazy, and yeah, you got to like just go for it and not care. And
So where did you come up with the idea of doing the podcast? You guys just came together and say, you know, let's do a podcast.
so we're good friends. I've been hanging out with Jerry and Jesus. They've been doing comedy longer than me. So when I first started doing comedy, those were the 2 guys that I kind of clicked with the most. And we were like have other friends, but we always clicked and we always wanted to do something together. And Jerry used to do this podcast with Jeff Garcia, a comedian.
Yeah.
And the Jeff Garcia podcast, Jerry used to be on it, and I used to open up for Jeff sometimes too. They all opened up for him, and then I kind of started doing like little guest appearances. I was kind of like the intern there. Like go get coffee, but then they let me talk sometimes. So I was like, hell yeah. So I talk, and then we always wanted to keep doing the podcast. And I love podcasts. Like I listen to like 15 podcasts. Like that's all I
What's your favorite podcast?
Shit. I have like 4 different favorite podcasts, but probably at the top of my head, Tiger Belly. Bobby Lee from Matt TV. He has a hilarious podcast. I listen to Joe Rogan a lot.
Of course, Joe
Brilliant
Rogan.
Idiots, The Breakfast Club, stuff like that.
What do you usually look like? What are you interested in with podcasts?
It depends on my mood. Like sometimes I'll watch like a documentary on murder.
Yeah.
Like, so then I'll just start listening to my favorite murder, and I'll start listening to stuff about that. And then another day I'll be in a goofy mood, or I'll listen to hip hop, and I like The Breakfast Club. But it just depends on my mood. But I really like hearing people's perspective on things, and like getting a different perspective than maybe I have. And a lot of people, like The Brilliant Idiots, that's a podcast I listen to a lot, and I disagree so much with one of the guys. To the point where I hate him sometimes, but I like hearing it because he changes my mind. Like he really does.
In your guys' podcast, what do you guys usually talk about? Just whatever comes to
Everything and anything. Sometimes we talk about news. We try to like just sit down and not have a script or anything. We just start talking. I do have like, I'll write down bullet points, like if something big happens. And then if we kind of get quiet a little bit or it gets like that, then I'll read some of the things. But now it's to the point where I don't even get to that because we just go on tangents. Like sometimes we'll talk about Jerry getting dumped.
Oh,
About him being dumped, and then we're like, dude, you got dumped for a reason. Like you're a cheater. I'm just playing. He's not, but kind of. But like we'll go on that. We'll just talk about that for an hour, and then other times we'll talk about, you know, I got arrested. We'll talk about arrest stories or Trump stuff, or you know something that happened. Like we were talking about like political stuff, which we know nothing about, but we'll basically talk about stuff like that. We'll go on Selena fucking debates.
Selena Gomez or the Selena the older
Selena the
singer?
singer. I'm assuming.
That just showed your age. We're not talking about Selena, the one that got murdered. Selena Gomez hot too, but.
So when you were growing up, like, were you the cool kid or what kind of guy were you?
I'm gonna say I was the cool kid, but I was the. You guys might not believe this, but I was pretty cute when I was in high school and middle school. So girls did like me, so I'd have like, oh, this girl likes you. And then like one time in middle school, I had a girlfriend I didn't even know for like 2 weeks. I like to tell people that. Well, her friends asked me out, and I was like, no. And my friend said, yeah. He said, yeah. So I was going out with this girl for like 2 weeks in middle school. I didn't even know. And then her friends came up to me like, hey, how come you haven't talked? I was like, what? And they told me, and I was so pissed. So I guess I was kind of popular, but I wasn't like, I was like mid-tier. high popular.
So Aiden's trying to find himself a girlfriend.
Yeah.
Give advice, right? Especially here in Los Angeles. And
Maybe don't make that face, maybe. Right now you're really like. You just have to just be yourself, but don't be yourself. No, I mean, for anybody, like I'm saying it like for me, like I'm gonna be myself, but I'm not gonna be my whole self. Like, come on.
You're just gonna show you the good part, not
Just show her the best parts of you, like the best aspects of your personality. Show them that,
and then just hide the rest.
and hide the rest, and slowly reveal
it.
it. But at the same time, don't be completely a different person.
I become another.
But that's why it's so hard. You just gotta don't look. That's my advice. Don't look, and you'll find something.
Don't look.
When you're not looking, it's gonna happen.
So you're saying wait for them to come to you?
I don't think that's gonna happen.
Because I don't think that's gonna happen.
It's like I've been waiting for a long time.
Go out, have fun, be with your friends, have your personality come out, get drunk, not too drunk, chill, and then the girls will be around, and then you're just gonna be yourself, and you're not gonna have that pressure of, oh, I need to talk, and you're just gonna talk to all of them, and one of them will like you, and if they don't, then they don't deserve you. I've never been that guy that I could just go pick up on a girl. I was kind of like my confident friends would bring girls around, and then I'd just be funny or just make fun of them, and one of them would like me, or they, and then I'd get the one that I'd get like the leftovers. But they were hot girls. They were hot girls, so the leftovers is not the leftovers. The leftovers is like still good stuff. Yeah, I lost my virginity to. She's not gonna see this, but she was a hoe. Yeah. So like I was on the wrestling team, and we're practicing, and
She was wrestling?
Yeah, she was on the wrestling team.
You wrestled her?
She was higher weight class than me, but that's
Wait. So
we were practicing. Okay, so
never mind. Keep going.
okay, so this girl, I was on the wrestling team. I sucked. I fucking sucked, but it was the only sport that you can do that you've never done before, like in high school, which you're still not gonna win, but like people haven't been doing it that long, so you kind of pick it up and get a little good. I never got good. But my freshman year, I wrestled. My sophomore year, so my sophomore and my junior year, this 2 girls joined the wrestling team, and everybody's like, "Oh shit, hell yeah!" They were cute. She wasn't bad looking. So we used to practice, and she was kind of always talking about her boyfriend, and she would tell stories like, "We're like, dude, you're talking too much." Like, she would talk about their sex life, and we were kind of like, "Whoa, but you're a horny teenager, so you just want to hear that stuff, right?" So, my daughter doesn't watch this because she's not that age now. She's like 12. But So we're practicing one day, and she's like, they put you into groups of your weight class. So she was around my weight class, so I weighed like 119, like at the time. So she was, she was cute. We started wrestling, and then she's like getting a little touchy-feely, and I'm like, okay, let's do it. So we're kind of in the corner. Nobody's even paying attention. We're not even wrestling at that point. We're just like grabbing each other, She's like, hey, she was like, we should go hang out after this, and I was like, oh yeah, we should. And I had just got my car. So like I was like, hell yeah, let's go. So we went to my house, and it happened. But I wasn't picky. See, I was like, I got what came to me. So I wanted to get laid all the time, and the time that I wasn't looking, and I'm not thinking that, she came to me, and it happened.
So I gotta find a girl, wrestle her,
Yes.
bring her to my house.
Yes.
This is what I gotta do.
I've noticed like with my daughter, everybody's like together now. Like, cause of social media, they're
like
all
connected,
each other
yeah.
way closer. When I was growing up, it was like boys are on this side, girls are on this side, and you kind of like go to a dance, you meet each other, and everything's like, it was more not segregated, but it was like boys were with the boys and girls were with the girls. And now it's like
Everything's mixed.
which is great. Boys are open. Like a girl asked my daughter out, which was fucking crazy. So like that's all. Like these kids are so open out, and her friends are boys. Like she goes to I was never going hang out with girls till like late middle school or high school, and it was just like here and there. Like one of my friends was dating, and then you'd go. Now it's like they're always hanging out. They're going to like little theme parks and everything, and they're all hanging out, and it's easier because everybody's like, you guys are all friends.
Yeah,
huh?
so they're all comfortable with it.
Well, my school was a little bit different though. Like we went to.
It was all boys.
We went to a private Christian
Yeah, it was a
school.
private
Okay.
Christian school.
So everything was like very.
Aren't the Christian girls more
Separated.
freaky?
That's
Like,
Catholic.
No, that's Catholic. Catholic girls get freaky. Christian girls, they're a little bit more conservative. But Catholic girls are the more like.
it's because they're so like, you can't like let them do nothing. Like, it's like you tell them not to do anything and do, like the more you tell someone not to do something, the more they're gonna want to do it. I think like Catholic, I grew up Catholic, you got that Catholic guilt.
So encouraged.
So,
do it.
So it's like, I still feel guilty about stuff. To this day, because I got that Catholic guilt.
I still do. Well, thanks so much for hanging out with us today, man.
No problem.
Thanks for the advice. I hope Adrian takes it to heart.
I'll try to.
So until next time, guys, thank you.
Peace.
Hey guys, thanks for watching The Camarena Show.
And don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so that you don't miss a single episode.